Yes, I know. I've seen the Clockwork Town.
In the first game, there's a puzzle around this kind of area. It plays a little ditty, and it's 3 notes, and you have to replicate it with the notes downstairs with the levers.
A giant bong. So is the physical area geography very similar between the 2 games?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Your sentence there made it sound like it is.
No, it's the same kind of area, except it's just before the school, which obviously isn't in this game. So the first game is dealing with her parents have died in a fire. She's in an asylum and she's been catatonic for years. So she's no longer the 6-year-old that she is in the original book. And she's going back to Wonderworld and she's got to save it.
The Hatter's domain, almost as I remember it.
Appearances, as you know better than most, can be deceiving, Alice. Much has changed since your last visit.
Dr. Bumby says change is constructive, that different is good.
Different denotes neither bad nor good, but it certainly means not the same. Find the Hatter, Alice. He knows more about different than you.
But does he know more about the difference between bad and good?
Ah!
Making friends, Alice. You're as randomly lethal and entirely confused as you ever were.
Yes, I am.
I've managed without you so far, Cat. Return to whatever hovels home to you. I'll call if I need you.
Predictably rash. It's not a question of if, Alice. It's when. Now hold on, and as they say, shut up.
So typical.
You've played/seen Bioshock Infinite, haven't you?
Yes.
I think it's because they're both in Unreal Engine. I'm struggling to see her as not as what's her name from Bioshock Infinite. Elizabeth.
I had the same issue with Elizabeth.
Yeah, because it's a similar look and a similar dress.
And she's definitely she's a poor man's Alice to me, but
I think
I'm in the minority.
Yeah, this was before that. Some events can be activated by turning valves, while on the vent you can rotate Alice. To exit, vent, press A, or simply move away from it. It says spacebar, but spacebar is A, I'm pretty sure. It's weird, it supports a controller fully, I haven't had to do any mapping or anything like that, but all the in-game text is only for default keyboard controls.
Well, it was originally a console game.
Yeah, but clearly the PC port presumed, it's PC, so everyone will be using keyboard and mouse.
Like the true superior PC gaming master race.
Yeah, but it's much...
Just outside Harrods it was. Fortunate your undergarments had been laundered.
But yeah, it's... At least when you've got 2 people here watching a screen, it really helps that I'm sat back with a controller rather than having to lean forward on a keyboard and mouse.
And it still really hurts my hand to play with them.
See, I can do it fine, but it's also it's harder to position my mics to work well with me leaning forward for a keyboard and mouse. At least I have 2 mics in non-overlapping... I want to say fields of fire, but that's not what I mean. Well, it is what I mean, but it's not what it is. Oh, she's changed dress. She's a lot more steampunk now.
Yes, she is.
That's quite cool that it changes between areas.
It does. I basically want every single outfit she wears in this game.
Surprised you want the steampunk one. It's not very... You're not normally a big steampunk fan, are you?
I'm not, but it's still a very cool dress.
Fair. I'm sure you can make this relatively easily.
Harder than you think.
So it's got a lot of lacing and buckles, which can't be easy.
Yeah, and I do have the appropriate petticoat and the stripy tights. She technically doesn't, but she's supposed to.
She's just in the wind constantly. Yeah. Well, I suppose that's literally a thing, so...
But yes, what do you think of it so far?
Enjoying it has been the right level of having to do stuff without being too challenging. We'll be curious to see where it goes.
I think the original game was possibly too challenging because it was mostly just going around fighting easy things, but then every boss was a fucking...
See, partly I'm also... Oh, that's creepy. Roasted dodos.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm also partly thinking of how it is specifically for a Let's Play, which I suppose you considered as well, which is why you recommended this one first. That this seems pretty decent to do for camera. No. Oh, good, I'm invincible. That's nice. Ow! Well, kind of.
Yeah, that annoys me.
Yeah, I think this is so far has been the right level of difficulty for a blind game on camera, because it's making me think a little bit, but it's not because obviously you'd have to either have long sections of silence or long sections cut out while I'm trying to work shit out. So,
there's nothing like that. I think there's one puzzle that is difficult.
Yeah, so it's nice that it's straightforward, but it doesn't feel like it's too easy in a sense. Oh no.
And to be fair, you haven't got to some of the later levels, the platforming becomes quite tough.
Yes, but I can do platforming fine, and introducing you to the later levels is fine. You know what I mean?
Good.
It's like, learning curves are a thing, and this game seems to be understanding that so far. The only question is whether it actually does have a learning curve, or whether it's just a learning line, and I've learned. The fact it's introducing new mechanics and stuff implies that's not the case. I can make that, can't I?
Yes, with
I
the
keep
few bounces.
I keep really underestimating just exactly how far you can jump and glide and stuff. That really looked like that was going to be a small thing.
I know.
I'm sad that it isn't.
You can toggle to change your enemy target, I believe.
Yeah, I use the right stick to switch between them when you're zoomed in. That's what it told me, at least. I haven't actually tried it yet.
Fair. How are you doing for teeth? Not
Not
quite.
enough. It's 445, was it, something like that?
Sounds right.
Oh shit! Oop, needy. I shouldn't have made that. That was real ballsy of me.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, this bit particularly feels Bioshock Infinity.
Yeah.
I mean, more insane, but floating city in the sky and all of that nonsense.
But it really is. This area is very
Ow.
similar to one. The layout isn't the same, but it's the same concept, but it's evolved.
Yeah.
Of a layer in the 2001 game.
Oh shit, that's the shrink button, not the dodge button.
Oh dear.
Oh, good. Wonder what that was. I'll resync after this battle just to be sure. Ow, Christ, I'm having the knob kicked off me though. Oh well, there we go.
Oh.
I'm going to blame that freeze in the middle. That was the problem. Right, let's try that again. So it's right bumper to dodge. There we go. Oh. Man, it's not liking something here.
That's really strange.
I mean, it's generally having troubles during the combat bits. We're getting a lot of bad frame dropping. I don't think it's in. Oh. See, part of that is like me not being being shit at responding to it, but partly I feel like it slows down but doesn't accept many button inputs during that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think it might be because I'm already doing something though. Yeah. Oh no, that was stupid of me.
I'm sorry. The frame drop's going to be very annoying.
Frame drops are always annoying to me, but I mean, obviously, what happens here is more than a frame drop. It's a goddamn lock up for 5 seconds, which is particularly bad. But partly it's just it's thrown me a hard combat here as well, so it is about learning, and I'm getting there. Ow! He said, getting knob kicked off him again. It's about being a bit more careful with attacks than I'm being, because while it does the slow-mo thing, but while you are in the process of making attacks, you can't respond to it by dodging.
Yes.
So, as long as you're not basically you've got to wait for the moment and not be constantly hammering X like I have been.
Yes.
As you can see, I've already learned a fair bit from it. It's just about picking it up as I go along, so it's a nice way of teaching. Like I talk about this quite a lot in.
Can you not go in that hole?
I don't
in
think
the
so.
thing? No.
No, none of these are real.
Okay.
But yeah, I've talked about this a fair bit in Mario Galaxy. That just like the best games, whilst being difficult, should essentially teach you how to play them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's obvious stuff like this. This is combat training, even though it's not as such a tutorial. It is in a way that it's really making sure you've got the knack of doing this dodging maneuver, and that, for me, is good game design. That a game should teach you how to be good at it, and then test that later. So that's what bosses often are for. Like a dungeon teaches you how to use a certain item, and the boss tests you in your ability to use the item you acquired in the dungeon.
Don't forget to shrink and check for things.
We know what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for that healing bugger up ahead because I real need it.
That's fair.
And then there's some spooky shit down there I'm going to go for.
See, so that's interesting because to me, Prince of Persia Warrior Within is the ultimate one. I understand the combat in it. It's the only game that I think consider myself to be good at, both the platforming and the combat. Even Lara, which I played a lot of.
Oh, was that the end of it? I swear I didn't let go of the thing. Oh, that platform's not there unless I'm small, apparently. Or did I
it
just
is, but
overshoot?
you just went over it.
Yeah, fair. Continue.
What was I saying?
Platformer, good. Prince of Persia, Lara.
Yeah, I have played lots of Lara, but I don't think I'm particularly good at it. I
Yeah.
just keep going and pray for the best. Whereas Prince of Persia, I do think I got good at. There's blocks to hit. Never mind.
Never locked. It needs no key.
Say again.
Blocks to hit. To the left. Our left.
What?
Inside. Left.
Oh,
Blocks.
there's two boxes.
Do you want to get your fucking teeth in your healing?
Continue.
Yeah, I think Warrior Within definitely had the right teaching, giving you a chance to get good at it.
That's the thing, yeah, 'cause it should introduce you to a mechanic often with a direct tutorial saying, like, press RB to dodge enemies. Before an enemy does a big hit, you'll get a slow-mo. And then it should test it slightly by doing that thing there where it gives you a few enemies with it. And then like a boss or a final dungeon or something like that should test it more considerably. And, like, that's the principles of non-handholdy game design at its finest. Like, you can see very careful analyses of literally the first level. So like the first 2D Super Mario Bros. Game. There are very interesting analyses of literally like the first level of that, because the first thing it throws you is a single Goomba. So you jump on it and you realise, basically if someone who's never played a platformer before is introduced to that game, they will always do the same three things. A Goomba will appear, they'll walk into it, they'll die. Then they'll respawn, and they'll see that same Goomba again, and they'll walk to it, and they'll jump on it, and that kills it. And then the next Goomba appears under some blocks, and they'll try and jump on it, but their head will bounce off the blocks, and they'll fall into it and kill the Goomba. Anyone who's not played a platforming game before, who plays the first level of Super Mario Bros. Has basically that exact same response. And it's basically just, in very simple terms, the game teaching you the basic rules of you can break blocks, but only when you're the right size. You can jump on enemies to kill them, but if they touch you, you'll die.
You missed a small section.
Did I?
Yeah, keep going. There it is.
Oh, yeah. But it's like, games that are very well designed do that without ever having a point where they stop you and tell you any of those things. Not that stuff isn't sometimes necessary and can be well done. Like, there's nothing...
Bosses.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with games telling you stuff like, press X to hit enemies with your axe, especially now that games have a lot more buttons than just run and jump, which earlier ones had, but very good game design is kind of done by a combination of teaching and letting the player experience.
Yeah.
And this is doing that relatively well so far. Ooh, can I get... 475 it is.
It's irritating.
I know. Okay, now I'm just going to jump that. That was pretty sweet.
Yes. It does actually look quite Darksiders.
Yeah. I mean, part of that is just the engine. Because it's the same one. Or is it? Or is Darksiders on something different? Yeah, just the whole way it's set up and the way the movement and the camera feels. The physics feel like Darksiders. Like the way you jump and how floaty you are in jumping and how fast you fall feels... Oh god. That's also very Darksiders.
And this is a bit of a bugger.
Oh good.
Does that attack and it fires things at you.
Oh, bugger.
Obviously, hit the eye. Go and stab the eye.
Ah, okay. It's one of those. Cool, that works well. I like that. I can do all that.
Back.
Yep, figured.
Go stab the eye.
Okay. So when it makes that scream, that's a sign that it's done. Ooh, nearly enough. That's a nice little mini-boss.
You did that very well.
I've played a lot of these fighting-y kind of games. The combat is... It's more... Originally I thought it was...
Take out the ruin first.
Yeah.
And
Originally...
watch out for the steam
I know.
bots.
Thank you. iPod.
No, it's going to drop.
I know. I know. Originally, I identified the combat as Zelda-like, but I would like... And it is Zelda-like in the sense of it's L-targeting based, but it feels a lot more like Darksiders because of its emphasis on mobility and like zapping around and stuff like that, and how it, on the surface of it, looks hack and slash, but actually it's a lot more careful than that. So, yeah, I would say very Darksiders in that sense.
Fair.
Yeah, this should be enough to upgrade my teapot. Not teapot. Fucking pepper grinder, what the fuck am I on about? Oh, what's that prick doing up there? Fuck off. How do I get up there? Here, I guess. Yep. Actually, I love how you can hear like a teapot, a kettle boiling in the background.
Yep.
Like a sound. Yes. Pepper grinder level 2, wonderful.
Your mouse is in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, I think, when I pause, it goes to the middle of the screen because it just goes to. Oh. Well, now it's entirely. Oh, it's gone into mouse. Oh no, my controller's off. That's why. Whoops. Turn on, controller. Shit. There we go. This is one of my old Xbox controllers that disconnects if you shake it too hard, apparently. You know the one, I think you've had it during episodes of Frog or something like that. We've all had this cursed thing at some point. At least this isn't, there's one which is worse than this, which actually has to have the battery pack taped on. And this isn't that one, but it's not great either. Right, let's test out this new pepper grinder then. I think the rate of fire is the same, but it's more shots before overheat. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, you busted! Good lord!
Don't let them pin you down.
I know. But unfortunately, too late for that. You can fuck off. Ow, as well. Oh, I need to take out one of these. I'm not having a good time. Right, let's get into the open space a bit. Oh, fucking creepy thing can fuck off as well. There we go. At least that's giving me some healing and some space. Both of which were strongly necessary. Right, you can take some hits. The Vorpal Blade needs an upgrade next. Whoop-de-dee. You can just fuck right off. Oh no! Thought I was. Nah! Stopped L targeting for some reason. Guess I'm stupid. Now I think we've done him in. No, we haven't.
Not quite.
They're very creepy.
Yeah.
Like, Zelda does this really well. Like an enemy, or like, and not a lot of Nintendo stuff actually does it, where you see a bit of design and you're like, oh, that's cool, bit creepy, bit cool. And then the more you think about it, you're like, ugh. And the more you think about like the teapot with this creepy fleshy eye embedded in it, that's really. Ugh.
You're so easy to creep out.
Yeah. And I'd say yes and no. A lot of stuff doesn't actually bother me as such.
Yeah. I didn't say bother, I said creep out.
Oh, great, I can summon the bloody cat.
He's obsessed with time. Find him, or your own time may be short.
Oh, good.
And I think you'll find the cat is the best part of either game.
How?
More in the first game, I'll be honest.
Why, because he's like a sassy companion.
Well, he's not a companion because he does disappear and reappear. But yeah, he's a sassy, deep-voiced, sardonic, obnoxious.
Oh, that's death!
Yeah, it hurts you when they fire it at you.
Kills me, apparently.
That's 'cause you jumped into a big stream of it.
Okay, I think I need to get around that quickly then. I tried to do a little shortcut though, but I cut it too short, and it cut me short. Right. Oh. Wait on here for longer for it to come down then. I assume it's on some side of a timer.
Must be.
Fuck off, cat. Wow. Either it just starts moving again when you stand on it, or it's very well timed. Possibly both.
I'm gonna say well timed.
Yeah. I believe it.